we're gonna stick with this close guard stuff. So we're gonna get that overhook control. So instead of me wrapping like we did on Tuesday, I'm gonna go back to more of the, I guess, the normal way I've shown it with actually getting the overhook. My guard is locked over his hips. I lifted my hips up. If he doesn't have grips, I'm gonna scoop and pull, okay? Once his hands are on the mat, even one hand or both, doesn't matter. I'm gonna reach up over his elbow, feed the lapel to my hand, to my right hand in this case, okay? Shift my hips, lock my guard, so on my side like we talked about. My knee, I'm trying to get that knee through the hole if I can. That's gonna allow me to go to that clamp position that we worked the other night, okay? Here, I'm just gonna hold this to my shin or my knee, if you will, okay? And from here, I'm gonna work to slide down, control, all right? Foot goes to the hip. Got both feet on his hips, now I'm clamping. Notice I have some control here, all right? So with this control, I can, very similar to what we did the other night, I can adjust my base, whether I go underhand on this, that works, or I can just slide down here, skate my hip, go triangle, right? We're gonna work something different first. He's already exposed here. I can kind of start to arch or put that pressure on his elbow, right? Next, I can take this hand and start to set up like I'm gonna go for a choke. Okay, I can grab the top here, drop in, and go under, okay? A lot of people aren't gonna give that up, that's okay. What I am gonna do by that is start to turn his head, okay? Now the pressure here and on his head, as I'm kind of getting this, I can slide into the lapel here at the neck, okay? So right by that artery, we'll put my fist on it. And from here, I'm just gonna extend as I work this clamp to get that choke, okay? So it's tight on this collar, on his artery on that side. Set up my move, slide my hand in, knuckles into his artery on his neck, and I'm gonna straighten, get my finish, okay? We'll start with that tonight, and then we're gonna build on it. Okay, so I can go here, I can break, wrap, get the lapel, lock my legs, foot to his hip. Here, start to set my choke and grabbing the material at the top, drop my forearm down. Notice I'm catching his jaw just fine. Making my room, slide my hand into here. Knuckles into his neck, straighten the arm. Okay? Just gonna punch. I also call it like a punch choke. Okay? Straight in. Okay? Comes on real quick. It can be done with my legs locked. The problem in which I usually go to that clamp position is because I can keep it from rotating me to my back. If I start this choke, if I'm here and I get his lapel and I start to go here, right? If I do nothing, right? If he doesn't really do anything, I can still get it, right? But if he pushes me onto my back, I really can't finish it, okay? So that's gonna be his defense if I have my legs locked, okay? If I have my feet on his hips, I can constantly keep him, kind of stay on my side, which is gonna allow me to drive right into that artery. Get one going this way. Okay, go here again. I'll show that other break. So here, sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if he gets this traditional position where he's going to stand up, I'm going to go underneath, grab his wrist, circle, break, pull. Okay. Now, if he stays down here, switch. I'm in that same spot. Wrap the arm, get the lapel. Okay. Now, foot to the hip. Here, I'm in that position. I grab top of the gi up by his shoulder. Underneath, doesn't work. Slide my hand. Make the grip on his neck. Punch straight into that artery. Okay. gonna go straight into it, okay? Any questions? We're gonna start with that, and then we're gonna use that to go probably to Omaplata after that. All right, we good? All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, so we're gonna use same position, right? I can use that that setup with the choke to even make this Omaplata easier. Back up a little bit. So, break, wrap, control. All right, so start here, feet on the hips, clamp, set up the choke first, right? That's an option. Give me my space to his neck, okay? Anywhere in here, right, he'll likely control that leg. That's okay. Once my knee is past his bicep, he can't really stop the Omaplata anyway. So I don't really care. If he was over this, my ability to get an Omaplata is going to be difficult because I'm not going to be able to get any further past this arm. So I always want to make sure I'm in this position, okay? So from here, I can take this free hand, square up, I'm going to frame, slate's going to come up on his back, right high by his neck. Split comes out, I reach for his belt, or his skirt, or his pants, okay? So see how he's got this? Even if he holds that, it's just not going to matter, okay? We get his belt in this case. Here, holding high on his shoulder, clamping on his shoulder with my back of my calf, my ankle. I have his belt, underhand grip. If not, I could be holding the skirt or 4 fingers in the back of his pants, okay? Or on the side of his hip, that little part where you get the loop, okay? In this case, I'm gonna have his belt, underhand grip, holding at the shoulder, clamping on the shoulder, cross my ankles, pinch my knees. I want my knees pulled towards my chest, okay? Now, when he's trying to fish for my feet to defend, there's nothing for him to really grab, okay? He's not gonna pull my foot down. If I do this, he's gonna grab that foot, and I'm just kind of stuck here, all right? Now, adjustment, you can see I'm not perfectly aligned with him. I'm kind of going into him. So if I was trying to break him down, I don't want him to be able to posture me back up, right? Okay. So, crossed and pinched, foot on the mat, hip escape. So now I'm facing more parallel with him. Now I can open, chase that breakdown to get my submission. Here, extend the leg, wrap his back, open this wide, and I'm gonna shift my hips, okay? All my weight is on his shoulder now. Now, I have that deep grip on the shoulder or tricep. I'm gonna switch, just kind of hold his elbow into my stomach. Now, I can post on the foot and get my finish, okay? I wanna think of taking my knee, putting it on the floor, okay? This hugging his back keeps him from doing any kind of rolling or coming back up, okay? And then depending on what he's doing, I could get him here, I could hold the shoulder, a bunch of different ways we can get that finish, okay? I don't need to come up super hard. He's not going anywhere. I can just post, knee to the floor, get my finish, all right? What I want to avoid is being way out here. This would be his shoulder. Can we see that? Okay. I don't want to be over his elbow because if I move, see how my knee's all the way on the mat? He still hasn't tapped yet, okay? I don't want a situation like that. I don't want to have an opportunity where I get all the way up here, extend your arm, and he comes out. I don't want anything like that. So, knee over his shoulder, pulled tight, pulling that arm into my stomach. If anything, his arm's perfectly bent, I'm gonna lay my ribs over it. All right, now come up. There's just nowhere for him to go. There's nothing he can do. All right. Any questions on that? Yes.
So, and this isn't like it's more of a curiosity. Like this part, you know, with going straight over there with the knee on the ground, I agree 100%. Why do some people teach it like go across to the other shoulder?
Grab the other shoulder?
Yeah. Like try and like go across as you're leaning up.
You mean go this way?
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, the mechanics of it don't really make sense. Not gonna say. Maybe I'm just not aware of it. I've got two now. That being said, I could have him here, and I could pull this towards me, like I'm kind of chicken winging. I can pull up on his shoulder and get a finish too. That's kind of pulling these shoulder blades together. Certainly doesn't help in this, right? It's not going to feel good for him.
Right.
Okay. But I don't really try to go over him. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like I've seen like, yeah.
Now,
You know what I'm saying? I agree.
typically I'd go more Dustin Dennis style, knee to the mat, trying to come up. Okay. Now, otherwise, there's another way you can do it where I pull this knee, I kind of pull my knees back to finish it, right? So I'm almost going to think of taking my knee backwards.
It just looks like it sucks.
Yeah, it's not good. I never have much problem. If I can get to this, I'm going to finish it. I don't have problems finishing people from here. If you can get them broken down, you should be able to finish them. Heavy on the shoulder so he can't come up, right? I don't want to be here because he's going to come up. And then he'll take me backwards. I want to extend, almost like I'm trying to grab the mat with my heel. Okay? Then I open, drop all my weight on that shoulder, which is, if he's trying to get up, all my weight is on that shoulder. It's just not going to happen. Now I can come up. Does that make sense? Unless I've got like Gumby I'm dealing with, I'm not usually worried too much about trying to chicken wing him or doing anything here. If it's somebody in a situation where he should be tapping and he's just not, I'm just literally going to go right here and wrist lock him. Okay. So when you get that guy, you just have to go. There's nothing he can do. There's no defense from that spot. Okay. Let me show you more. Yeah. Go get on the side. That. Control. So I got my side scissor, if you will, on the guard here. Control his bicep. That's going to keep him from being able to close his elbow over my leg. Okay. Now my foot goes to his hip, pinching the knee. Other knee comes through, and I can hold him tight here. Again, we could set up the choke series. Okay. Or I can just go right to it. Hand goes from the tricep over. I frame on his neck. This leg's going to come up, clamp on his back. Let that arm that's controlling the overhook go. Grab the belt. And then, even if he's holding here, he just can't stop it. I'm past his bicep. I control. Okay? Grab at the shoulder or the tricep. I don't want to be at his elbow. If I grab his elbow, he's going to be able to still pull. Okay? If I'm past his lever point, which is his elbow, if I'm grabbing up high here, go ahead and pull. There's just nowhere for it to go. I'm past the point of his leverage. Okay? So, notice my angle's a little off. If I try to go into this, if he's bigger than me, I'm going to have a hard time breaking him down. So, I'm here. I'm going to angle out. He cannot get to his foot. Made my angle, so now we're more facing, or parallel. Now, I come up. Boom. Here, chase his back, extend the leg, open, switch my hips. All my weight goes to his shoulder. His arm is stuck in between my ribs, and I'm pulling on the tricep here. Now I can come up on my foot, get my finish. Okay? We good? Any questions? All right, get your partners. 1, 2, 3.